Welcome to another Triplo AI video. Today we're going to talk about these amazing new versions that we just released that allows you to, using your mobile devices, access locally running large language models on your desktop servers. You know that we have been very supportive of the open source movement on large language models, and we do that so because we do believe that having full control of your workflow and AI generation is something that's really important for the Triplo AI user. This is part of our core value. And with the latest movements on the open source community, especially after the DeepSeek event, we saw a very interesting use case for those who want to have full control of their workflows, that doesn't want to rely on external service providers and want to control privacy and have control of their costs when running large language models. And this is why we invested on this development. Let me tell you, developers of Triplo AI rocked this so nicely that they amazed me. And I'm happy to share with you how to set up Triplo AI to access your local server, even when you're using your mobile device. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So you already know that if you want to run model locally, you need something like LM Studio or Ollama. The installation of these softwares and the use is pretty simple. So all you need to do is jump into their pages, so lmstudio.ai or ollama.com, and follow the steps to download and install the software on your computer. They have versions for Windows, Mac, Linux, and we have it all described on our documentation also. But once you have it, what you need to do, you need to open these softwares and start their servers. Well, in LM Studio, what you need to do is jump into Developer tab and then activate the server. And then under Settings, you just need to serve on local network. This will allow Triplo AI Mobile to access the server from abroad. So then you need to copy this URL, and this is the address of the server. Don't mind that too much. On Ollama, you need to run Ollama serve on your terminal, and it will also share, in this case I'm already running it, but it will also share the URL, the address of the server. Note that I'm running these local services on a fairly weak machine, so it's a old old Lenovo desktop running Linux Mint with a Intel i5 old processor, no external GPU, and the only nice thing that I have is a lot of RAM, so it makes things a little easier. Bear in mind that the more capable your desktop, your server is, the larger models you'll be able to run. But I'm going to show you some examples that you can use that will allow you to take advantage of these new features. So once you have the software running, the service to process the large language models, you need the models. And the way to install them is also pretty simple. On both pages, either from LM Studio or Ollama, you have model catalogs. So here on Ollama, it's kind of slow. But let's talk about LM Studio then. So you have a list of models, and I advise you to, in the beginning at least, pick like smaller models like 1 billion parameters, 4 billion parameters, 2 billion parameters, because they are like easier to run. And then you can play with something else like DeepSeek I1 Distill with 7 billion parameters. This will vary depending on the machine you have running the servers. So this is the example for Ollama. I have a couple of models installed, and I'm going to use LM Studio as an example in this video. So once you have it installed and models installed, everything is kind of running. Bring Triplo AI to your screen and head to Settings, and then you have this local LLM settings beta. And here you're going to paste that URL that you copied from the server. You'll notice that now you have this option right below it, which allows you to share access with mobile devices, and it will suggest you an encryption key. This encryption key is important because this is the way we protect the content that you're sharing from your desktop to your mobile device. So you need to copy this key and then use it to activate your Triplo AI mobile. And I'm going to show you where to put it in a second. So I already shared this on with my mobile device using WhatsApp. Once you're on your Triplo AI mobile, you'll notice that under settings, the last option is enable shared LLMs. And if you switch it on, then you see a crank icon right beside it. And if you click this icon, you'll see your desktop listed there and space to add your encryption key. So let me paste it here and hit save. And once I do that, I'm also able to select those models that are listed under my server. So you see that I have geometry 1 billion parameters, 4 billion parameters, granite 2 billion parameters. So it's synced. So now I have access to my local models on my mobile device. Let's pick Gemma 1 billion parameters and do a little test. Heading back to my LM Studio, I'm going to prompt something like what to do in Rio on a 3-day trip. And if I hit go here, you'll notice that now my LM Studio started processing this prompt and it will deliver it back to my mobile phone. And now I have, okay, here's a quick plan for a 3-day trip for Rio de Janeiro. And then I have a list of things to do. Let's do another test. Let me clear it here and ask something like, so what to be aware when launching a new business. So if I hit go, you'll see that my LM Studio is now processing these new prompts. And once it's done, I get the results back to my mobile device. Remember, this back and forth of content, either the prompt and the results, are encrypted by design on Triplo AI using the key that you added there. You can use larger models, and I'm going to show you another example. So I was using a 1 billion parameter, and I'm going to pick this Granite 3.2 8 billion instruct. You see that it will get much slower. If I hit undo here and hit go, notice that LM Studio took a little time to load this new model, and now it's processing it. It will take much longer because I don't have a sort of like beefy machine to process it. Computer is running at 180%. I don't know how is that possible, but let's wait a bit and see the results. And there we go. You'll notice that this result is much more complete than the former one because I'm running on a larger model. We also used some tweaking to make returns for this like remote processing faster. And I'm really amazed with it. I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any questions, drop us a message. We're happy to get your feedback and help you doing more with your Triplo AI. Take care. Bye bye.